Xj in the PN junction, PN diode, simple PN junction. We have to always keep in mind that exact location of the junction occurs when the EI curve crosses the EF line. That means at this point we are going to call this condition EI equal to EF as the intrinsic condition. Okay? Then what was the depletion region following our last lecture? Depletion region is wherever you find the bands are bending. Simple. Okay? वहाँ पर they will be having the field also. So where are the bands bending? From here until here. Beyond that you will notice that the bands are flat, or in other words we will be calling this kind of a situation in MOSFETs as flat band condition. Okay, that flat band we will understand in a while. So until now what we have started is, this is a simple PN diode. Some of the concepts we will be putting in for the MOS capacitor. Okay, just physically understand the concepts very, very clearly. Okay, now so this is the intrinsic condition. And what did we do? By the way, obviously the y-axis is energy, right? We are putting everything in terms of energy here. What is the x-axis here? This way. Distance, simple, x. Now that brings us to a very, very important concept. Okay, that I'm not, let's see whether you know it or not. What is the difference between band structure and a band diagram? It's not necessary for those of you who are looking for placement, but those of you who want to do an MS, very important for them. Band structure or band diagram में क्या अंतर है? You have encountered these two terms in your ED, must be. दोनों में अंतर क्या है? Both of them will be having the energy on the y-axis. ठीक है? Band diagram and band structure. These are fundamentals. Like, anyone, please tell me. Okay, I am wasting my time here. Notice that silicon band diagrams are meant only for the material. First thing, band diagrams are meant only for the material. So band diagram will tell you properties like band gap of the material, number one. Number two, mobility for the material. Notice that whenever you were doing all the MOSFET problems, device problems, MEC, what were the things that used to be given in the problems? Mu n used to be given, right? Band gap, if it is not given, you have to memorize. So 1.12 electron volt at room temperature. Now, all these concepts are essentially material properties which you are supposed to know or provided in the question paper. As circuit designers, you need not bother about it. Okay? You need to bother only when you are in the fabrication profile in industry. Okay? As circuit designers, you need not bother about these material properties. Material properties will be provided by the people in the fabrication group. So that means, suppose you are working in Intel, there is a fabrication group who will essentially provide, okay, this is the wafer, then you do the interconnects for making the perfect VLSI circuit. Okay, but if you are working in the fabrication group, you need to bother more about the band structure rather than the band diagram. Band diagram are primarily for the electrical people. So let us just draw, as I told you, band structure is for the material. So first thing, okay, so let us say silicon. What was the silicon band structure? This is again E in electron volts, but your professor must have drawn something like that. याद आ रहा है? ठीक है? Indirect band gap, direct band gap, all these things come into band structure. So band structure defines, band structure is more important for the solid state physicists. The people, your friends who are working in solid state physics, they will be bothered about that. Now, What are the things that we get from this band structure? So this is essentially band structure for germanium. क्या होने वाला है? Okay, let us just understand a little bit about the band structure here. Okay, I'm not going into the physics here. Please understand the difference. You should be able to answer the small questions in the interview regarding this. What is the minimum of the conduction band? So this entire part is the conduction band. This is the entire part is the valence band. The origin of the band structure. So here, let me just call it as the band structure. Whereas this is band diagram. So as device engineers and circuits engineers, as electrical engineers in general, you need to bother about this one. So the entire understanding of MOS operation, MOSFET, BJT, diodes, everything depends on band diagrams. Okay? But the material properties, mu n क्या है, m star क्या है, effective mass क्या है, like NC क्या है, all these things are determined by the band structure. How? The minimum of the conduction band, what do we call it? EC. We denote it as the EC. So this is the point of EC. And the band structure का जो origin है ना, so notice that in this band structure, this is where we have put the origin. Band structure में the origin is always, so the energy reference is always the maximum of the valence band. What do we always call it as? EV. Correct? So now this EV is nothing but this one, and EC is corresponding to this. Why are we even bothered about that? Okay, let me just tell you something. That in the band structure, so the maximum of the valence band is EV, minimum of the conduction band is EC. Okay. Notice that the electrons will always try to occupy the lowest energy state. Okay. Any particle will always try to have the lowest energy state. So, I mean, this is basic thermodynamics. So, essentially, for the lowest energy of electrons, they will be occupying the lowest energy state of the EC. So, as engineers of devices and circuits, we need to concern ourselves only with the EC value. That is the whole reason why we had never bothered to put some electron over there. In the band diagram, what we are doing? We are only finding out the minimum of the conduction band. We are not even bothered about what are the higher energy states. But of course, the EC goes on infinity. So here, infinite, here, minus infinity. Notice something important, that how can energy be negative? Okay, please ask questions. I mean, I would love to, like, whenever you are asking questions, you are actually thinking in your mind. Okay, so यहाँ पर energy negative कैसे हो रहा? We will understand this in a minute. So the first thing that we are understanding from the band structure, क्या है? Is the difference between EC and EV. क्या है? Band gap, EG. So from here to here is EG. That is exactly what we have been doing all throughout in the ED course. Notice in this particular situation, for the PN junction, which is a simpler one, we are having the same material on both sides, but we have doped it separately. So essentially band gap remains the same. In case of a MOSFET, it's not going to happen. We will see that later. Okay, so now first thing that we have got is EG. Achha. Now, how many of you have the idea about effective mass? Say I am 70 kilos here. If I go to Jupiter, my weight will be 700 kilos maybe. Okay. If I go to Moon, much lesser than that, 7 kilos, I don't know. Okay, I am not in gravity. So the point is that what we are measuring is effectively when you are standing on the weighing machine, you are essentially measuring the kg force or the weight, not the mass, right? So what is the essence of mass or the charge? Think it from a very, very like BITSAT level, school mein. A charge has got any physical significance only when it is under a field, right? Socho. For example, we are surrounded by 220 volts everywhere. Are we affected? No. But think about the minutest electron. I mean, million times less weight than myself, but it is rushing. I mean, that is essentially giving us all the electronics and electrical aura around us because it has got a charge. And what you are applying at the two terminals, live and neutral, is essentially that voltage. So the field, as I told you, field will influence only when there is a charge, right? Whereas mass will be influenced only when you have a gravitational field, correct? Something similar over here is that when the electron is inside the lattice, okay, the mass of the electron is very small, negligible, let us say, but its charge is kind of substantial, one elementary charge, which is kind of a big deal when we are dealing at the atomic scale. So that is why the variation of the, again, how did we define electric field? It's just the gradient of the energy, right? Notice this is on energy scale only, right? So if it is an energy scale, so there is a variation at the regions close to EC and EV. Makes sense? Of course. But this variation, this gradient is not with reference to X. So that brings us to the very vital point. तो यहाँ पर तो हमने X डाले हैं, यहाँ पर क्या था? K. What is K? जोर से. We will actually call it that lattice constant. I mean, we will call it that wave vector. Many ways you can call it. So basically, let us just put this K is equal to 2 pi by X. Let us say. There are reasons for that. This is called reciprocal lattice. We are not going into touch upon that. So the x-axis is going to be K vector. Okay. Now that means if you are trying to have minus grad K of E, okay, you are essentially going to have some sort of a gradient of the energy state. So essentially some kind of field kind of thing, right? Now it turns out, how did we define that? P square K square is equal to twice ME. All I'm suggesting is that the effective mass of the electron inside that band structure or inside that material, it is going to have any significance if and only if it is having the variation of the energy. Okay. The reason why we are calling it, so what is mass in the physics perspective? It is just the measure of the inertia, correct? If it is the measure of the inertia, so how fast the electron will move or how slow it will move, that will essentially depend on this effective mass. So यहाँ पर what are we going to do? You can notice that instead of m, let us put m star is equal to, it comes out to be h cross square del 2e del k square. From here you can directly take the two derivatives, you will reach there. Okay, so once you are having this, what does it mean? It is inversely proportional to the, what is that? Curvature. Okay, so that means if you are having here, what is happening? The curvature, it is the minimum. It is the minimum of the conduction band, right? So del 2 d2e dk square, dou 2e, whatever way you tell it, it is going to be positive or negative? But also there is a negative in the front. So it turns out that the effective mass for the whole electrons is positive. So m star of E is greater than 0. But on the other end, what we will notice over here, this is the maximum of the valence band. So del 2E del k square is going to be negative. Okay. So m star of holes is going to be negative. Interview में ये पूछते हैं, effective mass of holes, is it positive or negative? It's negative. That is the whole reason why the energy of the holes is measured downwards. So that is why you are going to essentially get, so the lowest energy of the hole is at EV. As you go lower and lower, more into the negative energy axis, you are essentially having higher energy for the holes. समझ में आ रहा है? Everyone with me? Huh? Very good. So here we have written like that. This is an indirect band gap semiconductor because the minimum of the EC is not coming aligned with that. Gallium arsenide or any of the direct band gap material, something like this. Okay. Now, so what are the things which we have come to know with this band structure? Number one, the variation between EC and EV, band gap. Effective mass, you will be using lot many times we have used, right? So that is coming again from the curvature of what? H cross square is Planck's constant by 2 pi. So this is a constant. So del 2E del K square depends on the curvature of the band structure. So again, band structure gives you an M star value. Mu n, okay, again a material property in MEC, mu n used to be provided. Even better, mu n C of WIL is provided, K dash. Okay. Now, this mu n part is essentially coming again from this M star. I am not going into all that derivation. So, just understand that band structure is material dependent. So, you do not have band structure for MOSFET. You have band structure for metal, you have got band structure for oxide, you have got band structure for silicon. What I have drawn over here is only for silicon. But as device engineers and circuit engineers, you are only concerned about what? Couple of things. This EG. We used, we will be having EG many times over here. Then this EC and EV. Then mu n. Baki ka jo hai, let your friends in the physics department bother about that. Okay? So now we will come to engineering. So this is essentially the band structure. Band diagram में क्या होने वाला है? Now we are speaking about the devices and circuits. Okay, so y-axis still remains the energy. Here, this E is again electron volts, but instead of the x-axis being K, which is what will be the unit here? Let us say centimeter per centimeter units, because 2 pi by x. I am not going into this. This is called reciprocal lattice. This should have been done in ED, but you need not bother for the circuits. Okay, what is the unit over here? Centimeters. You can have it nanometers, but let us just put it centimeters here. Now, so once we have got all that, this band structure calculation only tells you that band gap of silicon is 1.12 electron volt. God hasn't given you, basically physics has done it. Okay. So now let us come back with this idea. So the PN diode under equilibrium concept is clear. So when are we going to have that? So just understand how did we have this EC and EV? That we are getting from the minimum and the maximum of the bands. Okay, itna tak yaad rakho. Now let us go into the MOS thing. Okay. So we will first start with an ideal MOS structure. Ideal matlab, when we have not applied any biases, the bands are completely flat. Badhiya hai. Okay. So bands are completely flat, meaning that it is a flat band condition, but you have not applied any biases. So basically we will write here VGB equal to 0. Whenever I am writing VGB equal to 0, it means that the bulk of the semiconductor, silicon, is actually grounded. Makes sense? Okay. All I am suggesting, you can put VB equal to 0 and put VG. VGB means with reference to the body. Okay. Now, what is this? In the metal part, you can put EFM. That is the metal work function. Very nice. We have not applied any biases, and also remember that in our previous lecture we have told, in the tutorial also, you will be others. Yesterday we had a tutorial. In tomorrow's tutorial we will again understand this better. Notice that unless there is a flow of charge or flow of particle, EF remains constant. So in case of a MOS capacitor, what is the source of electrons here? Electrons cannot, so although even if you apply VGB, some voltage, some positive, negative, whatever, you are essentially adding charges on this terminal on the metal. but that cannot flow to the semiconductor because of this oxide. PN junction on the other hand, that's the reason why I even drew this. This condition that the EF is remaining constant all throughout is valid only under equilibrium. The moment you apply certain voltages, what will happen? This is going to shift. EF changes. That's why you call it as quasi Fermi level within quotations. Okay, quasi Fermi level. But here, quasi का कोई concept नहीं है. It will always be in equilibrium. A capacitance is always under equilibrium if you are putting a constant DC bias. Alright. So फिर EF will remain constant. Flat band माने, what is the meaning of that? Simply EI, EV and the same distance apart. This is called the flat band condition. First thing you have to keep in mind is that this is for an ideal MOS, because if it is not an ideal MOS, some things will change. We will see it towards the end of this class. So flat band condition mein first thing, VGB is equal to 0, and then we are going to have certain definitions. Okay? In the bulk matlab, so suppose this is the Y direction. Okay, so this is Y equal to 0, and at the bulk somewhere very much far away from the surface we will call it as Y equal to infinity. Got it? Now at Y equal to, so remember one thing, whenever we will start applying certain biases in VGB, what will happen? The bands will start bending up and down whatever, but towards the surface. Okay, but towards the Y equal to infinity, it will remain as if it is a coolly peaceful p-type material. Okay, no effect on the bulk. So again, why from a circuit's perspective, you are changing VGB value. Okay, you will be changing. Now this is only the flat band, the beginning of the MOS understanding. But the bulk remains always grounded. So yani, at very much far away from the surface, it is always at 0 volt. Right? The fields, whatever will be happening between the gate and the body, that will affect only the vicinity of the source, as we will see. Understood? Just think in the physical perspective. Okay. Now, this part, we call it as the Fermi potential phi f. We will understand the reason in a while. What is the meaning of that? Let us define this quantity phi f as equal to, by definition with the triangle, simply means the gap between EI infinity. Let us say this is called EI infinity. Infinity is referring to Y equal to infinity here. That means at the bulk, far away from the surface. EI infinity minus EF. यहाँ पर आप EF infinity भी लिख सकते हो, but makes no sense because EF infinity equal to EI 0. EF remains constant. Okay, doesn't make any difference. So divided by Q. This is how we are defining the Fermi potential, right? Okay. Then let us also define something like phi t. This is a notation which we will be having for thermal volt equivalent of thermal voltage or volt equivalent temperature. What is it? The other one, something going to be very, very important, equal to by definition, is the surface potential. Okay. Remember the approach which the way I am explaining this is a surface potential based modeling. So basically all the model, all the conditions, all the modes of operation will be defined with respect to what is happening only at the surface. So surface potential based modeling. This is the standard in any of the circuits today. Okay, BSIM model developed by Berkeley, EKV model developed by EPFL. I was in EPFL myself. Then Japan mein HiSIM model. All the various models which we will be using for VLSI anywhere, in any company, anywhere, they are all basically surface potential based models. So phi s pe dhyan dena. So phi s, how do you define it? It is simply the variation between EI infinity and EI 0 at the surface. Again divided by Q. Why am I putting divided by Q? Because it is a potential. I told you that EI and all these are all energy. Energy is what? Electronic charge multiplied by potential. Potential is for unit positive charge. Okay, nice. In the flat band condition, तब क्या होगा? What is EI0 here? EI at 0 मतलब at the surface, y equal to 0. So EI0 equal to EI infinity, so phi s will have to be, okay. So flat band condition meaning visually you will think that the bands are flat as I have drawn over here. Mathematically, how do you say? Phi s equal to 0, and this is going to happen when VGB equal to 0. But these are all for please remember this, because we are not considering any of the charges in the oxide. Remember, in ED, sir must have told you, like there will be interface charges, oxide charges, traps, you know, we are neglecting all that. We will see the influence of that after a while. So once it is there, now the journey begins. So I'll be drawing multiple times. So number 2. So the first mode, again, couple of things to understand. There is a difference between mode or say region and the condition. Condition means when phi s has a particular value. Notice phi s equal to 0. So that is one particular value. So that's why we have got it as a condition. Okay? Now we will be going into a mode where it is a range of values. Before we even do about that, let us start simultaneously keep on drawing the CV curve. Unit, usually it will be in picofarad. Phi s, volts, this is volts. So why two things here? So in the x-axis, we are essentially going to plot the values of phi s as well as VGB simultaneously. The first thing that we have noticed is flat band कब हो रहा है? VGB equal to 0 में, when phi s is also equal to 0. ठीक है? So 0, 0. Okay. What is the value of the capacitance here? Now let us understand. Notice that you have not applied any now in this MOS structure we are only concerned about the capacitance, net capacitance seen at the gate. Now it will become more like circuits, okay, because whatever MOSFET or MOS capacitor you do, basically there are two things that will influence the delays or the frequency of operation of the circuit. क्या है? RC delays. याद है ना? Basic electrical sciences. Now how did you characterize the RC delay and all? There was something called time constant. What was the time constant? RC, right? So there will be two things which will be throughout the entire course, if you are into VLSI, throughout your entire career. That is R and C क्या क्या है. So what we are going to learn today is about the C component. Okay, that is the C component. And what is the R? That depends on region of operation of the MOSFET. Remember, we had seen that in the diode, in the saturation region it is becoming flat, R1 will be higher. How are you placing that? So that will essentially determine the R. C is what we are getting now. So the product of these two will be the RC time constant of your inverter, NAND gate, i7 processor, everything. Okay, so it has everything got to do with the RC. In industry, your like project leader will be pressing your head every time. Did you find that optimal value of RC? That's it. Okay. So what is the value of the capacitance here? So the total capacitance, what we are essentially going to check out is basically what you have applied VG and the body. Correct? क्या क्या capacitance आने वाला है? Wherever there is a charge separation. So first capacitance. Understandable? But notice on the silicon side, semiconductor side, is there any capacitance? No charge separation until now. Okay. So if there is no charge separation, what is the value of the capacitor? Basic electrical sciences, circuit theory. Think in terms of, no physics or something, just tell in terms of the capacitive reactance shown by the capacitor when there is no charge separation. So that means you have essentially shorted the positive and negative terminal of the capacitor. Then what is the value of the C? You have shorted. That means the reactance is equal to, reactance is what? A component of resistance. Resistance क्या होगा? 0. You are essentially putting 1 by j omega c equal to 0. So what is the value of C? Very simple. And I have not told you anything about the real physics going on inside the capacitor. When you are appearing for the interview in TI, you will be asked such questions. Think always in terms of the circuit theory. Okay, you will get the correct answer. Very good. In this case, we have not applied any biases. So that means there is no band bending, as we have seen, phi s equal to 0. So what is the value of CSI? That means the capacitance seen in the silicon, in the semiconductor. What will that be? Infinity. Because there is no band bending, no charge separation, so C infinity, just the way we have explained. But Cox will be equal to epsilon ox by Tox. Remember one thing, parallel plate capacitor का formula क्या था? Epsilon A by D. That D part is this Tox. Perfectly fine. A कहाँ है? This, so that means whatever capacitance we are writing, they are in farad per centimeter square per unit area. Okay? Just keep that in mind. So let me just write it for that sake. This is the unit. Total capacitance seen between the gate and the body, CGB. क्या होने वाला है? As if you are going to have this oxide capacitance, at the same time some silicon capacitance. So that will be, these are all in series. So 1 by Cox plus 1 by CSI and then whole inverse. Obviously CSI is infinity right now. Understood? तो यहाँ पर क्या ड्रॉ करेंगे? Following me? So phi s and VGB both are equal to 0. What is the capacitance? Cox. So that is also called the flat band capacitance. Make sense? Understand this. This is going to be, the whole electron devices course boils down to this one only for practical reasons. Yeah, please. Yes. You can also look it in another way. How do you define capacitance? Q by V. Okay. What is the charge separation between in the semiconductor when we are trying to find out the capacitance in the silicon? So CSI. Okay, that will be Q. That means the charge which is stored in the semiconductor. How much is that? 0. Q is equal to CV. Just remember, Q is equal to CV. What is the charge here? So capacitance is Q by V. The charge is 0. What is the voltage? Understood? So whichever way you see, you are essentially going to, this is kind of undefined. The way we put undefined is infinite. This is another way. This is probably easier for you to, you can take that. Okay, now comes the next part. अब हम क्या करेंगे? VGB को negative कर देंगे. Let's see what happens. So the first thing that will happen is phi s is less than 0. Obviously VGB will also be less than 0. MOS. Earlier we had the EF like that. Now notice we are applying a negative voltage here. What was the y-axis in this case? Please respond. Energy. Correct? So अगर आप negative voltage दे रहे हैं, then what will happen to the energy? It will go up, right? Because there is a factor of minus q involved. Minus q. Electronic charge and elementary charge are different. Elementary charge is 1.6 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Electronic charge is minus 1.6 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Okay, please note that difference. So what will happen here? This EFM goes up. We'll just cut it out. But will this EF change over here? No, because there is no transfer of carriers or particles because of the oxide. So we will be having a EF here as usual. But what is going to change is, we had the bulk like a p-type material, EC, EI and EV. ठीक है ना? So once you have applied a positive voltage, then negative voltage, sorry, this will essentially bend like that. Physically, what is happening? You are applying a negative voltage on the, so basically now you will be having all negative charges. You are applied VGB less than 0. Again, keep in mind that this side is again grounded. Please. Think. This, how did we have the number of holes there? How do you define number of holes? Is essentially the value of the phi s, q phi s. Okay, so if you are applying a negative bias, the holes will come and get attracted towards the surface. That means on the surface, this is now EI 0, this is EI infinity, correct? So this is EF again. Notice now EF is very close to EV, so that means the surface has become completely filled with holes, right? I don't remember your name. Just hold your horses. You are essentially confusing with the inversion part. This is accumulation mode. Okay. So this is called accumulation mode. Remember, I have told you always that all these terms, depletion, accumulation, inversion, these are all with reference to majority carriers. यहाँ पे majority carriers क्या है bulk में? Holes. So we will call this as the accumulation because you are accumulating more holes towards the surface. Now, interesting part, electrical circuits के हिसाब से. Again, is there any separation of charge in the semiconductor? No. This is also positive, more number of positive, here less number of positive. These are all free carriers. So free holes. So essentially no separation. So again, CSI. Make sense? Then what is the CGB total? Again, it will become clear. So as long as this VGB is negative, you are going to have something like this. This is the accumulation mode. There is a particular MOSFET operation in accumulation mode MOSFETs also. Part of ED, not part of ADVD, forget it as of now. Okay. Is that part clear? Then when you are doing CV measurements, okay, why are we even bothered about CV measurements? When Shobik sir actually taught you, did you ask? IV to samajh mein aa raha hai. Okay, you characterize the MOSFET operation. Why CV is necessary? Notice that whenever you are given actually fabricated circuit or device or anything, in that case what do? There will be certain terminals. So in those terminals you get the 4-probe technique. Hall effect was taught. In Hall effect, remember, we had 4 probes and all. So in that we can easily measure the CV measurements, CV curve. So basically what I am drawing will become pretty clear on the CV measurements. Fabrication agar karte hain, so we will come to know. Then you will essentially, what you have to do is you simply apply a negative VGB onto the device. You will basically get one COX. So kya ukhade humne? Think in terms of the circuit designer. What you will get is COX, we know that it is nothing but epsilon ox by T ox. The value of epsilon ox you will know from the people who have fabricated the devices. Correct. Epsilon ox is the property of the silicon. So essentially that silicon dioxide, so essentially you know it, like it is like 3.9 epsilon naught. You know that. Then from there you will essentially back calculate the T ox, which is a property of the device, and you are going to use it for the ADVD course as well. Unlike the MEC where T ox was provided, when you are designing a chip for TI, who will provide you? Syed sir or me? Okay, na? So you have to essentially do the characterization of the actual circuit. So from there you will be getting it from the CV measurement. Okay, see how important it is. CFV का भी बहुत एक important reason है. We will do that later. Now comes the next part, number 3. I will not write the accumulation mode or depletion mode. We will figure out what. For example, in this case, we are accumulating the majority carrier, so accumulation mode. Now what we will do is phi s is greater than 0, slightly greater than 0, but it is less than phi s. Obviously, now we are putting VGB, sorry, but it is in this case much less than VT. We will come to that VT slowly. इस situation में क्या होगा? Again, let us see MOS. Unlike pushing the energy level up, this time it will go down. Yeah. EFM. What is this? Here it was QVGB. This is again QVGB. Achha, why was phi s negative? Clearly, EI infinity minus EI 0 has to be negative. Okay. In this case, this is where the earlier EF was. EV, EI, EC. Huh.
In the previous case, why was PSI infinity?
Yes.
Still, we have some calculation of charge.
No, charge separation. हमेशा याद रखना, charge separation. So in this case, what is happening? You are having more number of free holes, less number of free holes, because this is p-type material anyway. This is more p plus, more p-type. So there is no separation of charges. Separation of charge means you have to drive away the holes, only then you will have a separation. जैसे oxide में. In the oxide, do we have any free carriers? No. But we have separation. क्योंकि you have applied negative here, positive on this side, no charges in the middle, and negative on this side. So there is a kind of a dipole. So whenever you have a dipole or the separation of charges, you will have the capacitance. यहाँ पर तो नहीं है. You are anyway having a swarm of the holes anywhere, more number of holes rather. Okay, you have to separate out the charges, only then you will get the capacitance. Okay, we will be having that right now. That is why it is called something. We will see. Now, the moment you have applied one positive VG, so instead of this negative here, we will be having plus on this side. Oxide में क्या होने वाला? I am not drawing every time, but basically the dipoles are created. Okay. So on the semiconductor side, we are having plus, but the first thing that it will do is it is not going to pull up the electrons. It is going to drive away the holes from the surface. Yes or no? Okay. So drive away the holes, meaning that the surface will have like this, meaning EF will be farther away from the EV on the surface than in the bulk. So if this was phi f, q phi f, यहाँ पर क्या होने वाला है? So this is your how much? EI0. This is EI infinity. Okay. Now what is the value of phi s? Phi s is the variation between EI infinity. How did we define that? ये पॉजिटिव होगा या नेगेटिव होगा? पॉजिटिव. वेरी गुड. Right? Now understood. So that means the moment we are going from 0 to the positive side, we are essentially going to have all these features. VGB is also greater than 0, phi s is also greater than 0. Very nice. And within this region, now first we are noticing is, although we had band bending here, we had the field also, but that was not creating any depletion or inversion. Yahan par on the other hand, we are driving away the holes. Holes will be on this side alone. They have been driven away from the surface because the oxide is now positive charge. Then how is the charge balance happening? यहाँ पर तो आपने positive डाले हैं. What are the charges here? Huh? Immobile charges. Very good. Whoever said, I couldn't see. This is B minus ions. Spread out throughout the entire region of band bending. That is the depletion width. Okay, very good. So now this is WD wherever there is band bending. Okay. Now as a circuit designer, device के लिए ये बहुत अच्छा है. We need to bother about the capacitance. ठीक है. Now we have some value of CSI not equal to infinity. Why? Notice at the surface you are separating out the positive charges on this surface and the positive charges of the holes on the other surface. So basically WD is devoid of majority carriers. Devoid means depleted of majority carriers. That's why this mode is called depletion region. So this is depletion mode. Nice. Okay. Then what is CGB? Because in the circuits we are essentially concerned about CGB. Gate to body. Now 1 upon Cox as usual plus 1 upon CSI. Why are we putting it as this combination? Because this is in series. Very nice. Okay, here will be the capacitance. And this side is actually grounded. Try to understand. This is Cox, this is CSI, and this is grounded. Why is this grounded right away after the depletion region? Because depletion region ke baad we are having free holes. So the free holes will be connected to the ground terminal anyway. Here it is ground. Okay, you are essentially having two capacitances, oxide and the CSI. Now since we are having a CSI, this is obviously going to be much less than, yes or no? Because it's a parallel combination in terms of the resistance. So in this case, what will happen? After this flat band, it will start falling. So it will not be exactly like that. It will be kind of bent like this. कब तक होगा ये story? Notice it was until phi f. Until phi f, we are depleting the surface with the holes, the majority carriers. So that will be essentially phi f here. VGB is still not the VT as of now. So this will essentially come down and come over here. Now when phi s equal to phi f, what is the condition? Phi s equal to phi f. So here let us say phi s equal to phi f. What is the meaning? How did we have the phi s equal to phi f part? That is the number 4. Phi s equal to phi f. Metal oxide semiconductor. Q, PGB, all negatives here. Positives here, sorry. Now the earlier was here. EI, EF, EC. Notice whenever we are speaking of phi s equal to phi f, meaning this is EI infinity and here it is EI 0. So this one is phi s, of course with a Q, this one is